I am going to bring you along to my first ever JordanCon. I'm almost unpacking for JordanCon, and I have to check a bag because this doesn't really fit in any of my carry-ons. And even though I have pre-check, I'm pretty sure TSA might pull me aside if they see this in my bag. I am all packed. I brought way too much stuff. I'm hoping to get a lot of swag. I'm about to board, and I just had my first Whopper, if you can believe it. So we're having tons of new experiences this trip. My flight was delayed, but I am in Atlanta. JordanCon, here I come. I made it to the hotel, and I am exhausted. I got here way later than I expected because they either lost my bag, my checked bag, or somebody took it. So we'll see tomorrow, probably, if my Brigitta cosplay bow and arrow is gone or not. So that's a bummer. Not the best start to the trip, but things can only go up from here. So I'm still really excited about tomorrow.
Bum 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 bottom bottom bum 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 bottom bottom. Wait, I can do that better. What if it's like?
So after meeting like a million people out in the lobby, I made my way to the opening ceremonies where I got to sit near the front because I had a media badge, so that was super cool. Right after this was the cast Q&A, which I was particularly excited about, so I wasn't super focused. So they just did a Q&A with the Wheel of Time cast, and we got some really exciting news. First of all, Ayula Smart is in fact going to be Avienda. I live tweeted the entire thing on my Egwene Alvear account, so I can't really tell you everything they said. There was a lot of information. We know for sure that they're going to Falma for season 2 because Rafe said it, so that's really exciting. And at the time they answered the questions, they were shooting an iconic fight scene from the books. I don't know if it's going to be Rand in the Sky, but I'm going to cross my fingers about it. I'm about to start my first panel. This one is the why adaptations are necessary for the Wheel of Time show, so it should be exciting. This is the Twitter Time meetup.
So, Twitter Time is very important to me. It is how I found my co-host, Lorna. And it's just been such a great experience being able to connect with everybody. Because growing up, I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but you're reading The Wheel of Time, and it's really hard to find anybody to talk to about it. And you're just obsessed, right? And then Twitter of Time came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. Yeah. And I haven't regretted it once, and in fact, I think that we should celebrate it. And I celebrate it with my co-host and with all of you. And it's the most amazing and welcoming place that I've not ever felt truly a part of something until I found Twitter of Time.
What does Twitter of Time mean to me? This is like a family.
Yeah.
And being here with all these beautiful souls, just this fandom is just super dope. We're all together because we love this series for many, 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 many years, I had nobody to talk to about the series. I didn't know any other black people that talked about it, so I didn't know anybody. So I just, in my own little world, you know, loving these books. And when I found Twitter at the time, I was like, my people.
Hello. So, Christy Lee Luce.
Yes, which is short for Lucier.
So when did you start reading The Wheel of Time?
The Wheel of Time was brought to me by Sara Nakamura. So in 1999, we actually met in person. We had met in a chat room the year before, and then met in person in 1999. Became best friends, and she pretty much literally threw the book at my head, like legit, and was like, "I will not be friends with you until you read this book." It was Eye of the World, and thus started my Wheel
Thus
of
is
Time,
the agreement written,
my
right?
ventures. And so yes, and that was kind of my foray into Wheel of Time. And
You guys have been Team Moraine ever since, huh?
we've been Team Moraine since JordanCon 2. So we have been attending JordanCon since 2009.
Wow.
And then 2010, there was a panel that was talking about how Moraine was being seen as a damsel in distress. And Sara and I were extremely vocal in that panel about how everyone else was idiots. Which then we were dubbed Team Moraine, and ever since the name stuck. Peace out, Kritter. I love her. She's amazing. I love her.
Well, I'm Jessica Sedai.
Jessica Sedai. Okay, nice.
Stage fan and writer.
Well, I finally got to meet Jessica Sedai in person today, so it's a very exciting time. So when did you join Twitter of Time?
So I think it was sometime the end of November. I've been a fan of the book since like 2002. I just had no idea about the fandom or JordanCon or anything. And then I accidentally caught wind one day of first season Wheel of Time closes filming on like my Twitter feed, and I went, what? That's probably not a good sounding comment, but okay.
It's there forever.
So that led me down the rabbit hole, and I had a Twitter account, but I never used it. I just followed a couple of famous people, and I found Kritter, and I found Bad Batch, and I found Nameless, and so I caught part of the Dusty Wheel early stream on Twitter, and had to go to YouTube, and it was all over after that.
Just an avalanche.
And I came to my first con, I couldn't wait, I met so many cool content creators, so many friends I made through Twitter time. But like it was me about, you know, this was connecting the dots. There's so many of us that feel like we're the only ones that like connecting through Twitter time has been like, I have an instant family of people who all love the same thing that I love. And it's just super cool.
Right, it is.
I love it. Well, this was my interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just so happy that, because I was worried that TikTok, not TikTok because that was recent, but like when Twitter started like adapting in real time, that it might get toxic.
Yeah.
And it's been so nice to see how not toxic in real time fandom has been. I mean, don't get me wrong.
There's a few.
There's a few. But the book cloaks can just, just kick them out of here.
We're really good at kicking them out. Like, we don't need that kind of negativity.
Oh, thanks. No, thanks. So, thank you guys for doing that, because like we like the community kind of pieces itself. Oh, look, I'm fixing my.
I think the crown looks awesome.
Like you guys do a great job at policing ourselves and making sure that that kind of stuff does not permeate and infect and make it bad. And I'm just happy with that. Thank you.
Tom with Dragon Mount, everybody. Have you been on Twitter of Time for long?
I have. It's been. I started reading the series last January, and a couple of months in, I was like, I have to join the community to talk about this. And everyone was great, and then when I finished, that's when I like went wild with it.
Yeah, but you have to be kind of like careful if you haven't read them all.
I mean, I won't say any spoilers, but I had Google post a fan art picture of the claim.
Oh, yeah? That'll get you.
That immediately.
That'll get you.
I was like, I was like, I'm spoiled for so many things. And And so then I wanted a picture of me wearing, and that was another thing. And I'm just not, don't Google until you're not.
If you haven't read the books all the way through, never Google. This is Rob the designer. He is also on TikTok if you're not following him yet. He is Weekly Wheel News.
Yeah, if you don't believe it, you're a dark friend.
If you don't believe it, you're a dark friend. You need some more ribbons.
Well, I have a whole bunch in my bag. I just haven't put them on yet.
I mean, that's weird. This is like, look at
It
this.
makes it really hard to go pee if you have all ribbons down to the ground.
This is really cumbersome, but I love it. I love it. So, how long have you been on Twitter?
I've been on Twitter time since I think maybe it started.
Yeah.
Because it started, it was mostly character accounts,
Yeah.
you know, like, and then me, I never had like a character name or anything.
This is like a character. I love it.
Well, I did have to come out this year because I'm also he who comes with the dawn, aka Cooladin.
Cooladin!
Wetlanders!
All caps, Cooladin, I love
All
it.
caps. That's the brand. So, yeah, nobody knew that's who I was until now. So. Bye.
It's Cooladin. Oh, I love it. So, when did you start reading?
I started reading the books when Lord of Chaos came out, so I think around 95. And it's kind of funny because me and Sara Nakamura have a similar story. Like, I asked my friend, like, hey, I need a book to read, and I like those Dragonlance books he gave me back in the day. And so he said, okay, hold on. He went back in his room. He came out live and he chucked it in my head. And
it's you.
Yeah, and so I said, like, that night I left the 2 Rivers with Maureen and Wayne, and I never turned back. So it was, yeah, so it's been a ride. And then they come out this show announcement, and it's like, the fandom just like kicked into gear again. So
Is that when Weekly Wheel News began?
yeah.
When the show stuff started ramping up?
Yeah, I think like November 1st, 2018, something like that. I just did it like just for fun. I wanted to make a meme, you know. And then like it caught on. I'm like, oh crap, now I got to make another one, you know. Like so, and then
Let's go.
Yeah.
Rob the designer, everyone. Weekly Wheel News. Follow him on all the platforms because he's pretty much everywhere.
On all the things.
Yeah, and if you don't believe it, you're a dark friend.
She swam by me, she got a cramp. I saved her life, she nearly drowned.
Day one of my first ever JordanCon is in the books. I am calling it a night. Karaoke was hilarious and amazing. There are so many talented people in this fandom, but I have to go to sleep at some point, and I think now is that point, so till tomorrow.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pump.
So here's what I believe they call Author's Alley. It had a bunch of authors with merch and books all lined up in this huge room, and they were trying to sell their books and their merch, and honestly, it was so cool to see all the enthusiasm that they had and how willing they were to talk to people curious about their books. Leave it to JordanCon to have random Aes Sedai wandering around. Thanks to my luggage mishap, I didn't have any room for books, but I did end up buying a cloak in the vendor's hall that I wore on the plane because I literally had no other room for it. This was the charity auction. here with Beth Weston. The Beth Weston. Very exciting. We have hung out all weekend at JordanCon. Today is the last day.
Yes.
How many JordanCons have you been to?
This is my first JordanCon.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Or did I? And I forgot. I might have forgotten.
This is my first JordanCon.
This is. You honestly took to it like a pro. I'm shocked.
It's not my first con. It's my first.
Okay, so what was your favorite part?
Okay. Should I give you a different answer than what I already gave somebody else?
Give me the right answer.
Okay, the right answer was when Matt Hatch from the Dusty Bill featured me on his live stream.
Oh, baby. Okay, well, that's exciting.
That was the best. I was not expecting it, and I was very grateful. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. But meeting everybody here, and just meeting the fandom and talking about Robert Jordan's world, his immersive, creative, beautiful, brilliant world has just been like a lifelong dream come true. So yeah.
It's been the same for me. This is my first JordanCon, and honestly, it's been like I can literally go to dinner and sit and we talk about the Wheel of Time the entire time, and it's amazing and so organic and just the best.
Yeah, and no one looks at you. There's no eyes glazing over.
No.
There's
everyone's engaged, honestly.
And you know, like you have people talking about who's the better bad guy, who's the best, '90s best character in the entire show.
I'm sorry, Egwene, but okay, like '90s is a good. It's close.
No one's perfect, Kritter. No one's perfect. So.
Okay, so let's see. Let's give you one more question. What was your favorite panel?
Okay, my favorite panel. I have to think about this because there were a bunch of really good ones.
There were.
I think I really appreciated the Watch Scenery panel because it was so engaging. It was fun, and just seeing the craziness and the laid back. We're puppets. We're puppets. I really enjoyed that one, but I really liked the deep dive panels. All of the show panels were great. The episode discussions, including the one I was on,
and the one I was on.
And yes, of course. And yeah, they were just. All of it was brilliant.
Well, thank you so much for being in my
welcome.
video.
Thank you for asking me. I appreciate it. I'm not even wearing makeup today.
Oh well, you look amazing. Are you kidding?
Thank you so much.
So we are coming home from lunch on the last day of JordanCon.
Last day.
This is Gleeman Twitch.
Gleeman Twitch.
Yep.
I lost my voice.
So much talking in JordanCon. It's kind of hard not to, right?
Right.
So what was your favorite part of JordanCon?
Oh my God. So just being able to meet all these people that I've become friends with over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Online, on Discord, all that stuff. That's absolutely the 100% best part. And getting to meet a Kritter XD.
What up?
This is fucking amazing.
It is so amazing.
Can we
So
swear on your challenge?
yeah. So is this your first JordanCon?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Newbies. Well, I feel like you took to it like a fish in water. You're killing it this time.
I'm a chameleon.
So did you go to any panels?
I went to one.
Which one?
The trivia.
The trivia.
I walked in, and right behind me walked in Morgan from the podcast of the Dragon.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know her very well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like one of the most just educated people as far as her Wheel of Time knowledge.
Right.
So she walked in right behind me, and I was like, I'm on her team. And we won.
Was it?
You won? That's awesome.
We won, yeah.
So the one panel you went to, you dominated. So will you come back next year?
If I can swing it.
Okay.
We'll be living farther away at the time, so if I can swing it, I'll definitely be back.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Say hi to the Kritter XD channel.
Hi, Kritter XD. And also, I have a first-time reader podcast called Gleeman's Apprentice.
Yes, Gleeman's Apprentice. Check it out. Hello. So this is Alyssa. Yes. And she is here at JordanCon with me, obviously. How many JordanCons have you been to?
This is my very first.
Me too. Yay! Me too. Okay. So how was your first experience?
It's amazing, but a little overwhelming. There's just so many people, and it's a little intimidating to approach people like you because you're so amazing. But it's been fantastic to have those discussions that you just can't have with regular people. I mean, we love
the normies,
right? Exactly. The non-wheelies or whatever you want to call it.
So last night there was a dance, but you said instead of going wild, you just kind of went outside.
Yeah, because it's beautiful here.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous, and just sat talking until about 2 a.m. with some other fans, and it was like heaven.
You can't get that. Not at JordanCon.
No.
So let's see. What was your favorite part, would you say, of JordanCon?
I mean, that kind of was it.
Yeah.
It was just sort of like an organic conversation that just sort of happened, and I never thought that that's something I would do with that many people at one time.
Right.
I've also just really enjoyed some of the panels. They've been fantastic. Everybody does a lot of research. And
Yeah, for sure. Are you more of a book panel or a show panel person?
I went to mostly show panels because I knew people that were on the panels, but I was also on the music panel, which was super fun and really, I loved researching the score to the show. So somehow I ended up doing more show stuff, but the conversations were book stuff, so balance.
So, last question. What was your favorite song from the score?
I have to say the one that I researched the most, which is Young Love, which is Rand's theme by Shiva Mel, because it just kind of it just sort of shows that innocent Rand. It's got a great beat and a gorgeous melody, so they're all great though.
Right, for sure. I actually on my Spotify Wrapped last year, Lauren Mouth was at the top. So imagine that. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and enjoy the rest of today. Are you leaving today?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Lucky you. I'm leaving
Oh,
today.
darn it. Hope you find your bag.
I hope so too. Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm great. This is Daniel.
Nice to meet you all. Nice to see you all.
If you don't know who Daniel is, he is one of the 3 Ashraman, or Mahales, or whatever you call yourselves, Mahales, right? In the Black Tower podcast. So, right here. You should follow them if you don't yet, but I'm here to talk to you about JordanCon, because that's where we are right now.
Wait, what?
I know. It's crazy. So, how many JordanCons have you been to?
This is my second. Andrew, Josh, and I all actually came for the very first time last year, and we liked it so much that we came again.
Imagine that. I know I'm coming back. So, what was your favorite part of JordanCon?
I mean, I know it's a little bit of a cop-out answer, but meeting the people, because I have attended 0 panels.
None?
I attended CouchCon, sort of.
Okay.
But honestly, meeting all of the content creators and like the people that I watch their shows, every week or things like that, and actually putting faces to names and actually getting a chance to be like, oh my god, I know you. It's so nice to actually be able to see you and hear stories of JordanCon's past and being able to hear other stories that they have of meeting Brandon Sanderson here or meeting Robert Jordan, back in the way early days of all of this and everything.
Right.
It's just so cool. Everybody has such a unique take on everything that's going on. And stories and people is 100% my thing.
So you went to the karaoke for part of it or not at all?
All of it.
All of it. Okay,
we closed it out at 4:30 in the morning.
Okay, so karaoke versus the dance last night. Which one was your favorite?
Karaoke, because karaoke got more entertaining as the night went on.
That makes sense.
Dance felt like a middle school dance, but from way too many different generations of middle school.
There were a lot of different types of music.
Yeah, which I get,
yeah,
obviously. But at the same time, it was also every other song I'd be like, this is my jam! And then the next one would be like, I've never heard this song in my life.
I'm gonna go to my table. Awesome. Well, I guess if you have one piece of advice for somebody who's going to come to JordanCon for the first time next year, what would you say?
Okay, so if you are coming for the first time next year, I would definitely recommend not checking any bags.
Yeah.
No, my actual advice would be talk to people.
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of introverts out there who have a little bit of a hard time with this, and we get you. And we appreciate the absolute bejesus out of you,
yes.
Especially for coming to something like this in general. But if you are an extrovert, go join couches, go join conversations. Everybody here is stupid accepting.
Yes,
it
so
is
nice.
Amazing how immediately you connect with people.
Yep.
If you are an introvert, I know that that's a little bit harder for you. Go stand by a couch. Someone will adopt you.
Yep.
I promise.
Easy.
I promise. If you stand there for 5 minutes or more, you're going to be part of the couch, whether you want to be or not. And again, in the best kind of way, and everybody is amazing here. So don't be afraid to meet people, because as
best
stated,
part.
for me, that's the entire con. But for a lot of people, it's the best part.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, thank you so much. This is amazing, and we'll see you next year. What up?
Yo!
We're here with Vance, the Bard of the Red Hand.
How's it going, everybody?
It's great, for me, at least. So, this is your how many JordanCon?
This is my second one.
Second one.
I was here last year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I came during the pandemic con, which was like JordanCon Light, as we described it as, and there were significantly less people here, let me tell you.
And we were sold out at around 1,200 for this? Yeah, so it was a lot.
It's max, it's capped, and that's the cap for next year, too.
Right. So what was your favorite part?
Meeting everyone.
Okay.
To meet you finally.
Oh my God.
But we've been interacting online, you know.
We have, back and forth.
I mean, both in like a content creator capacity, and then before that, just like, oh hey, you're on Twitter at times.
Tweeting
like
back and forth.
Yeah, before you even started really doing the TikToks a whole lot. So
yeah,
you know, it's just kind of great to finally. I've said this in every
I know.
video.
I say
It's
the same
great
thing.
to meet everybody. And that's the truth. So if you can afford it, and it's within your budget and your ability, get here if you can, because it's a fantastic weekend.
So, for those that may come for the first time next year, what is your biggest piece of advice?
Get here on Thursday, leave on Monday. And bring water. A refillable water bottle, or like your own set of water bottles, whatever. Bring water, because hydration is really important. You're going to get real dehydrated from multiple sources.
That's true. So you were at the dance last night.
I swung by for
a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it's not really my vibe, but I was just checking it out.
Yeah. What was your favorite panel, if you went to any?
So I went to the Tarvalin After Dark
awesome.
Igloo Bomb Balefire thing, which was a whole lot of fun. I stopped by Looney Theories, but I wasn't really, for me this year, I wasn't really feeling it. It's weird, like that's kind of like an end of con panel, but they put it first this year.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't quite ready for that. It did not vibe with me this year. No offense to Matt and the other panelists, because they're all wonderful. They're fantastic. But it's just, I felt like that should have been at the end. But the Tarvalin After Dark panel definitely won. I was on a panel, which I thought was pretty good. Pretty good. So, maybe biased, but that might be my favorite. No, definitely the most fun panel I went to was the Tarvalin.
It was hilarious.
Yes, it was
so
very
funny. Okay, well, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah,
and go
great.
follow Vance and all the social media platforms.
YouTube, the Bard of the Red Hand, or Red Hand Bard on Twitter.
Yeah, check them out. And here is my JordanCon badge, complete with all of my ribbons. JordanCon has this thing where people bring ribbons and hand them out, and you attach them to your badge, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this tradition, so I went really hard collecting the ribbons. I would really struggle to tell you my favorite ones. Obviously, the Wheel and Chill show holds a special place in my heart. Make season 2 even gayer on your knees. I found North Harbor. There's just a lot, and they're so good, and I love them, and I'm super happy to have collected this many. I went and got some money for the clothes I had to buy because they lost my check bag, and I'm about to go through security to leave Atlanta. Probably for the last time until JordanCon next year, because I am 100% coming back. This was an absolute blast. This entire weekend was surreal, and I could not recommend it more.
It's so hard. Can we skip to the good part?